The chaos continues. You're listening to Jeff and Jeremy on 93.3 KZOZ.
Jeff and Jeremy here. This is the Red Zone Challenge. We are in week 21. It's the playoffs. 2 games to pick today. We're down to 2. This is where it sits as we speak. Leslie is out in front at 39 and 26. Oh, look who's right behind her. I fell up, got up there right above Kevin. I got you, Kev, 38-27. Kevin is 37 and 28, and Jeff is back at 30 and 35 as we head in to the final week of the playoffs. Today we're picking Kansas City at Baltimore, Detroit at San Francisco. Kansas City is our first pick. Baltimore, a 3.5-point favorites.
Yes, and it's being played in Baltimore. It's funny how you just defaulted to saying this is the Kansas City game. You're like, Kansas City's our first pick. Are you showing your cards on this one?
No, I just meant Kansas City, Baltimore is our first pick. Okay. And yes, I did change my mind after the conversation you and I had on the show yesterday.
Oh, yes. The Arian Foster conversation.
And I don't know.
You're talking about, you think the NFL is rigged. And they want to see Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, even though she's not going to be performing at halftime.
No, yep. I'm not going to do that.
You think that too, Leslie?
I'm not going to do that, actually.
The fix in. Bringing the ball against the home.
What are you going to do, Jeremy?
Well, I thought Leslie was trying to say something.
She did. She said she thought that too. I think the music was drowning her out.
Her phone was cutting out. Our phones are really having a bad time. Kevin, are you still there?
I am here.
Okay. Quickly.
You can hear me okay?
Yes,
we're good.
Fine,
we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Any free advice you want to give me? Go ahead.
No, just make your damn pick, dude.
Oh, settle down. Settle down.
Fence Rider.
Last place.
Is how you got to.
Last place.
But this is exactly how you got to second place.
No, it is
You did the
not.
same thing in fantasy football. Yeah, you did. You pick everybody's brains, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go with what the collective is. And then now you're in second place, and you're in striking distance, Leslie. But you have to pick first. Don't give him any advice, Leslie. Don't say a word. Kevin, don't say a word.
I'm trying to read her. I'm trying to read her face on her cards. I want to pick opposite of you, but okay, I'm going to go.
I have a good poker face.
I'm going to go with Baltimore. Baltimore's a 3.5-point favorite at home. I just think it's. I'm going Baltimore.
They're the favorite. Vegas, right? Vegas, don't get it wrong.
Next up is Leslie.
It's funny that you mentioned that thing because I really do think that the NFL wants they're in the entertainment business and they're gonna draw a ton of new kids that aren't gonna really watch the Super Bowl unless they think Taylor Swift is gonna be on TV. She draws a huge crowd. So that really does make me kind of want to go with Kansas City. But I looked at the injury report today, and I don't know how many of these people are going to, they're all like unspecified, but they have a ton listed on the injury report, and Baltimore's only got 2. So I do think Baltimore is the better team. I'm going to go with Baltimore because I think that they should win. I hope they do because I hate Kansas City right now. And so I'm going Baltimore.
Lamar Jackson is just so hard to beat. He's just so hard to contain. There's just so many things there. And that's why I decided not to drink Jeff's Kool-Aid on the NFL is fixed. I still believe Kevin.
Yeah, and I feel like he's gotten a little bit better with, he tends to choke a lot in the playoffs, but I feel like he's gotten a little bit better at that. So I'm hoping that, he continues. He had a great game last week, so they should win this football game.
Lon voy, Kevin.
Oh, where do I want to try to pick up ground, or do I go with my gut?
You have to pick up ground, dude. You have to pick up ground. You're 37 and 28. Jeremy's 38 and 27. Leslie's 39 and 26.
I would go with KC if I was you. What do you have to lose? You're not going to lose to Jeff, that's for sure.
I'm going to go with Kansas City. I'll take Kansas City. Why not?
Sure, so you believe the narrative too, huh, Arian Foster? NFL's fixed?
No, I'm just going to go with it. Going against my gut.
Well, you know who I'm picking.
I
You know
know.
who
You
I'm
already
picking.
said you're picking KC. You've read the script. Somehow Jeff got a copy of it. He's very special.
And I forgot until Leslie brought it up, which just further cements my my notion that the fix is in, and that's Lamar chokes in the playoffs. I forgot about that storyline in the NFL. That happens.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I have faith after what he did last.
Luckily
week.
for the Ravens this year, they would only have to play 3 playoff games instead of 4 because they got the bye. But can you trust Lamar? Can you trust Lamar to get 3 right in a row?
Quickly
In
on
the
this, and
playoffs.
we'll move on. If Travis goes out in this game, they win the game. He gets his 3 touchdowns, like you've said was in the script, but then he gets injured to the point he can't play in the Super Bowl.
No,
Does
that
Taylor
doesn't-
Swift still go to the Super Bowl and support
Yes.
the Kansas City Chiefs? And
Yeah,
is it
and
because the
he's
NFL
not going to
paid
get
her?
injured? And when I said he's going to score 3 touchdowns, I said that's going to happen in the Super Bowl because
Oh,
come
you
on,
did.
that's
You did.
the storyline. The storyline is not as sexy in the divisional championships.
Are you
We'll have
drinking
a
this
good
Kool-Aid,
game.
Lawn Boy Kevin?
No.
Yeah.
Lon Boy
I didn't
Kevin.
think so. Detroit out to
You're
San
picking KC.
Francisco. Levi's Stadium will be hosting the Lions. The 49ers, a 7-point favorite. 49ers all day. Leslie.
Yeah, it's hard not to go against them. I do love the story, obviously the Cinderella story of the Lions. They've never been to a Super Bowl. I would love to see them go, but I don't know how they're going to beat the Niners at home. And the Niners didn't look that good last week, in my opinion. Purdy was not that great. I mean, Green Bay was leading most of that game, and Debo, I don't know, he's still questionable. Bosa didn't practice yesterday. That's probably maybe because they're resting him, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I can't go against the Niners, so I have to pick the Niners.
Too many weapons. And you know what? I think they were caught off
Yeah.
guard. I think they were thinking they were going to roll in there with Green Bay, and they were just going to send Green Bay home. And, oh, my God, they almost went packing themselves. Kevin.
Yeah.
Lon Boy Kevin.
I'm going to go with the Niners, but I'm hoping to lose this game. I'm going to say that. I want all those Detroit fans to finally have one so they can sign Barry for a 1-day contract, play 1 play. He can get
Wouldn't that be something?
Barry Sanders. I'm going to go on with Detroit on this one, and here's why: is where the Lions could get beat, and where the Niners could get beat is in the long passing game, and you see this time to time in the playoffs. Good teams save their best gadgety weapon for times like this. And Jameson Williams has been kind of heating up over the last part of the season. And I think he's going to have a monstrous game. I'm thinking over 100 yards receiving and possibly 2 touchdowns. I'll say 1.5 because that's how the Niners can get beat, and they don't expect it. They're expecting run-heavy script, and I think that the Detroit Lions can catch them off guard. Give me the Detroit Lions because I want to see Super Bowl. I want to see the season end like it started. Kansas City versus Detroit. Kansas City versus Detroit. That was a good game. Rematch with Travis Kelce on the field. I think that because he wasn't, he was hurt in the beginning of the season. I want to see. That's what I want to see. So that's what I'm rooting for. I'm
right,
rooting for the Detroit Lions.
Give us your
And
lone
plus,
lion.
What would the Niners fans think if I picked them? They'd be mad at me because I've picked against them all season. Detroit.
That was lame.
That was
about as
lion.
lame as your picks. All right.
That's a lion.
Play right now. KZOZ.com. The Red Zone Challenge brought to you by the Poorhouse. Swing time at Dairy Creek and the Sea Venture. Win that $1,000. It's getting almost done.
Join the Central Coast Social Network. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. KZOZ.